Clapham Woods has always been known as being a bit weird, and what causes this is unknown. UFOs, ghosts, and possible occult connotations all seem to occur in this quite small area. The atmosphere of the woods is almost felt immediately, with its strange-looking, stunted trees. And then there is the large crater. Was it caused by a wartime bomb, or was it a meteorite? Many believe that the reason nothing grows there is that it was an ancient lime pit, but others believe it has a far darker explanation. In the 1700s, an old woman saw a bright round shape like the full moon float down into the woods and disappear in the bushes. Then the woods were filled with fumes. The old woman was then struck down, smitten with palsy, and was given a wide berth by the locals. Since then there has been a continuation of the UFO sightings and possible landings. There have been many sightings reported to the police and investigators, but there must be many more that have not reported for fear of ridicule. A saucer-shaped object was witnessed by an insomniac while glancing out of his kitchen window in 1968. It was 2 a.m. and he saw the object hovering directly over the nearby woods. He immediately called the police, who, when they arrived, the UFO had disappeared. In October 1972, a telephone engineer driving home alone along Findon Road saw a large saucer-shaped object in the sky before making a circle of the area before zooming off. Another report came from a couple walking near Long Furlong, West Sussex, who thought they saw Venus low in the western sky until it started moving north very quickly. When the object was over Clapham Wood, a beam of light descended vertically from it and then rapidly withdrew before shooting away to the northeast. Again in 1967, in the village of Rushington, a few miles away, two schoolboys, Tonin Newton and John Arnold, had a strange story spelt out to them on a Ouija board. The message claimed that the wood was used as a base for spacecraft and that one had landed to fetch supplies of sulfur and other chemicals. Unknown to them a few months earlier, Paul Glover witnessed a multiple UFO sighting that seemed to show exactly what the message had said. In 1975, reports of disappearing dogs in the woods began to flood into the Worthing Herald, a local newspaper. Wallace, a 3-year-old child, disappeared, as did a 2-year-old collie belonging to John Cornford. The collie, normally obedient, suddenly rushed into a small copse between two trees and was never seen again, although its mystified owners searched the area thoroughly. Another dog owner reported that when she took her dog into the woods, it ran round in circles, foaming at the mouth, with its eyes bulging out of its head as if in great pain. Luckily, she was able to get it back into the car and home, where it calmed down. Other animal owners have reported similar experiences. A horseman tethered his mount while he relieved himself. He was amazed to find the animal disappeared during his brief absence. He made exhaustive inquiries, but the horse was never found. As with most strange areas, there seems to be a strange electromagnetic static charge, which seems to affect people entering the woods, or even causing effects such as advanced decomposition on a man who had died in the woods after disappearing 2 weeks earlier. It was something the pathologist couldn't explain. Dave Stringer of Southern Paranormal Investigation Group decided to visit the woods in August 1977 to check out the stories. While he was there, he witnessed a dark shape about 12 feet high. While it was not a bush or tree, he could only describe it as a black mass. This linked directly with an increase in radiation recorded by the Geiger counter that he took with him. During the sighting, in the distance, a white disk shot out of the woods into the sky, disappearing at the same time as the black mass. Stringer retraced his footsteps towards where the form had appeared, and he found a 4-toed footprint, twice the width of a man's foot, but very narrow at the heel. Only on one other occasion has he seen such a footprint, and that was while investigating a black magic coven in Brighton. Could there be a link at Clapham Woods? One part of a black coven's ritual involves the burning of sulfur, which could account for the acrid smell and fumes reported in the woods. Some also practice dematerialization of small creatures, which launches the creature's life spark into the area. Stringer decided to match the footprint with the footprints in folklore and witchcraft. Unknown to him, the footprint matched that of the demon Asmodeus, as illustrated in de Plancy's Dictionnaire Inferno. The woods have since the 1700s had strange incidents occurring. In fact, the report even claimed that an acrid smell occurred. And does this mean that there has been a black coven in the area since then? Also, there is a disappearance of Reverend Snelling, a vicar at Clapham Church. One day he decided to walk back through the woods after shopping at Worthing. He has not been seen since. So what could be out there in those deep woods? What can explain the strange disappearances that seemingly never leave any clues? No evidence of a struggle, no sign of any equipment or devices left at the scene. Absolutely nothing. Even more, the strange sightings that have happened at Clapham Wood since the 1700s that still continue today leave investigators more mystified. Could the sightings of the balls of light be ball lightning that might explain the strange electric or burning smell witnessed by the old woman in 1700? It seems the mysteries at Clapham Wood will continue to baffle investigators and locals for years to come.